I'm not really working because of money. I work because I really love the act of cooking.
Are you a cook or are you a florist?
You can't ask this, San Pellegrino. Today's chefs have broken boundaries far beyond geography. One hails from the border between Slovenia and Italy, and the other has taken Japanese culture all the way to Los Angeles. Please welcome Antonia Kludman and Nikki Nakayama, everybody. Welcome. Hi. Welcome to the table. It's time to confess.
Are you ready?
I'm not sure.
No. That's okay to feel like that. I'll look after you.
Thank you so much.
Are you ready, Nikki?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
I think we should begin with sloth. Yeah? Let's go with sloth. Okay, here we go. Antonia, you're first up.
Yeah, okay.
So sorry. Okay. In a job where everything moves fast, what does slowing down mean to you? How do you slow down?
Well, I say every day that when I walk through the garden in Vancouver, my place, it's like the time changes. It's like a time machine. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. And it's like this as the first moment that I bought that place. I had another restaurant by rent, and then I went there to have a walk, imagining the new restaurant, you know, the building that I would have. And yeah, the time changed. It was like back in the future.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Beautiful answer. Nikki, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, here we go, Nikki. Do you have a comfort food that you make only on lazy days?
Okay, so every Sunday is my lazy day.
Okay.
Like, I just need to do nothing. And my favorite comfort food has to be just pan-fried eggs, a bowl of rice, and soy sauce.
Delicious.
And
It's
that's
easy.
it.
That's it.
And that's it. That's perfect. That's
Yeah.
delicious. Yeah. What about you, Antonia? Is there anything that you make on your days off, like a quick, simple meal?
No, I never cook. I never cook.
Never.
And my
Correct. I like the chefs are like, yes.
Well, really, I hate to clean. Clean is the worst part of my job, and at home, it's like I feel like I'm like a mouse in a trap. So even the fridge, it seems to me so little, and so I buy everything already cooked, or I call somebody and I said, please, do you have any food or?
Okay, shall we move on to, let's do pride. Nikki, your question for pride. How do you keep your ego in check when everyone around is praising you?
So I try not to take myself too seriously. I feel like when there is praise, there's probably like one praise equals 5 things bad that needs to be fixed. It's a good way to stay focused and grounded and just remember that there's days of struggle and it's always going to be days of struggle, but like the praise is just kind of like, you know, a little bit of cream on top of a cake.
Yeah.
But the cake requires a lot more baking.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. We like that analogy, yeah. Nice. Shall we do your pride question, Antonia?
Of course.
Let's do it. Antonia, we want to know, do you still care what the critics say, or do you just cook to impress yourself?
Well, still, never.
Never?
Never.
Come on, Antonia.
Well, you know, I'm really hard to myself. You know, I'm really somebody who is never okay with what I do. You know, I'm always feeling guilty, even if I'm happy. I said, why I'm happy?
Oh no, I
You
know
know,
this.
why are you happy? Did you earn it in a way, you know? And so I know that I can be really really, really tough to myself. And so that's why, yeah, I think I have to listen to people, but not in a way they can hurt you, you know, as you do with yourself. You listen to people because you can learn things, but I don't think that I give to everybody the power to hurt me. So yeah.
Okay, that's a fantastic answer. Yeah. We're going to move on to our next sin, and I think we're going to go for greed. Greed, my favorite. Antonia,
Yeah.
we want to know, what does luxury mean to you now? And how do you think the feeling of luxury may change in the future?
Well, I think luxury is what you cannot buy. You know, it's not what you can buy paying a lot, because everybody can do it. And, you know, for me, caviar, foie gras, it's not really interesting at all, because you can buy them wherever you are. But if I pick a nettle in Vancouver at certain season, and it has that flavor, or even some weeds that is not commercial at all, no value at the market, no value. But I think it's
That's
more
luxury,
luxury. Yeah, you cannot buy it, so that's luxury.
And that's like an expert's knowledge, knowing the weed to pick or the nettle to pick. So yeah, it's a good answer. It's a great answer. Nikki, let's do your greed question. This is a good one. If money didn't matter, would anything change in the way that you cook?
I feel that I'm pretty lucky that I'm not really working because of money at this point in my life. I work because I really love the act of cooking, the act of serving guests, and just being able to do the day-to-day work. But if I had to really say what I really would love to do, is our restaurant does like 22 people each seating. If I could, I would just serve 2 people a night. I would do it by myself and like have it be the work that I imagined. I mean, like with me and my partner, and we would just do it. Okay, maybe 4.
4.
4.
4's nice. Atmosphere.
Yes.
Yeah.
People need a little bit of.
Yeah, like that. I love the honesty we get from these cards. It really goes there. Okay, next up, shall we do envy? We've not done envy yet. Let's do envy. Okay, Nikki, you're up first on this one. Who is the one chef that you pretend not to follow, but actually you do? Is there anyone that you are actually a fan of?
I am a fan of many chefs, and I am very honest with myself that I follow everybody I want to follow, and I don't follow the chefs that I don't want to follow.
Okay. And when you're out, do you ever go to a restaurant and try something? You're like, oh, I wish I'd made this.
I feel like that is always going to be something that a chef will aspire to. And instead of, like, maybe the first instinct is like, damn, that was so good. But the second instinct is like a true admiration for the ability to put that together and be able to execute that. You know, I think one of my favorite chefs is Jordan from Vespertine. When I first saw his work from pictures, right?
Some Jordan fans.
Yes. So when I saw his work in pictures, I was like, how does he do this? There's envy, there's like jealousy, there's all these feelings that I was feeling. And then I met him as a human being, and I was like, oh my God, you're amazing. I admire you. And it's just that human factor that changes the relationship of how you feel for somebody else's work.
Yeah, so it goes from envy to admiration.
Yes,
and
yes. And it all comes down to who they are as
Yeah,
people.
it's a good way to process the envy. I
Yes.
feel. Antonia, let's you do your envy question. Have you ever thought that envy actually is quite good? For a creative force, perhaps? Like maybe does being a little bit jealous make you, push you on a bit?
Yeah.
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 Big time.
Being so isolated in a little region in the Northeast, at the beginning of my career, I became an entrepreneur really young because I was 26 and I'm 46. So, at 26, when I opened the first restaurant, was a little place. Nobody knew me. Even in that moment, my competitor was, the 3 Michelin star over there in New York, Yeah, I feel always like now, very little. Like I've done nothing in my life and I have to prove still what I can do, I'm there. I want to push,
But that's quite a good, it's probably like quite horrible to experience, but quite a good driving force.
Yeah, you feel that you're nothing and you want to do
Work.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
That's my feeling in the morning.
Okay, that's good. Please remove it by about lunchtime. Please. Don't spend all day feeling like that, please.
No. I play tennis.
Oh,
so
good. Oh, that clears it. Okay,
it
that's
helps.
good. That's
It
good.
helps.
That's good. We're going to do gluttony next. Okay, sensational gluttony. Antonia, have you ever pretended to enjoy a dish just not to offend the person who cooked it?
Yeah, many times. Yeah, many times. But of course, I have to. And even when I go to visit some restaurants, I don't want people to feel uncomfortable. And at the same time, I really enjoy that moment. And not cooking, not cleaning, not doing anything. So that's a good feeling.
Okay, let's do your gluttony question, Nikki. What's your favorite? Oh, this is a good one. What is your favorite dirty combo that no one would expect from a top chef?
Oh my
Is there
gosh.
anything that you eat that you'd be embarrassed to share with the world right now? And do, please.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Dirty combo that I'm embarrassed to say that sometimes after work, the only things open are fast food. And I find myself going through drive-throughs. And that's a very dirty combo just right there in and of itself. And then, I have staff and they're like, oh, chef, what did you guys eat last night? I was like, nothing. Nothing. So that's, I think, and then sometimes guests are like, where do you go? What do you eat? And I was like thinking, oh, last night Del Taco. But, so it's kind of like it's a slippery slope. It's the only thing that's open.
Exactly, you can't help it. I love the idea of somebody working in a drive-through and you pulling up and they're like, excuse me? Nikki's here.
No.
Okay, shall we move on to anger in the kitchen, possibly wrath? Here we go. Nikki, when was the last time you honestly shouted in the kitchen?
You mean when I lost my shit?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the technical term.
Yes, when I lost my shit.
When did you lose your shit? Yeah.
Okay, so I was telling the chef team yesterday that I keep calm for the most part, and then there's sometimes the one incident that happens that makes me lose my shit is when I open the one refrigerator of our restaurant and everything's everywhere, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? That's the only time I've cursed. And then people know I'm mad because I'm actually cursing. And then everybody's like, the craziest thing is nobody moves. They just stand there and they're like, because I'm going crazy. I'm like throwing shit out and like, making a big fuss about it. And then my partner's like, come here. You need to go outside. And then they'll clean.
I mean, you just need it ordered. You need it.
Yes, because everything should be where it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's like you go in and you're like, why?
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 It makes no sense for no one.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Okay. Antonia,
Yeah.
your question on wrath is, when everything goes wrong, if everything goes wrong, what saves you? Do you like being calm or do you get a surge of adrenaline? Do you stay calm or do you go angry?
Of course, as a cook, I love adrenaline, and I don't shout. Even, I have this look at people like I want you to die.
Yes.
When I'm losing, my mind, I ask question as why did you do that? And people thinks that they have to answer.
It's rhetorical.
Yeah, and I said I don't expect an answer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you why you're doing that. You know, so it's like a dialogue with myself at some point. When it's too much, it's like me and me.
Yes. Well, you've got to be honest in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it can be a bit, but the honesty is essential. It is
Yeah.
essential. Okay, fingers crossed we don't see Antonia's look. Finally, the desire of the table. Our final sin is lust, everybody. Okay, Antonia, do you think that you could fall in love with someone who doesn't enjoy eating?
Well, favorite people in the world are cooks for me.
Yeah.
You know, chefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love chefs.
I love chefs.
I love
It'd be hard to be with someone that's like, I don't really like food. I always think it's weird if people don't like food and they don't like dogs. Weird.
Or
Agreed.
cats in my
Or
case.
kids,
Or,
yeah,
no,
there's
or cats, not
Oh,
kids.
cats. Oh, you're like, no, kids, no. Okay, Nikki, the final one with you, Nikki, is... it's quite a weird question for you, Nikki.
Oh, no.
For lust. Could a robot ever cook with passion?
Could a robot ever cook with passion?
And do you think do you think you can taste the passion?
I
So
feel like I
presumably-
already know some robots in my life and they have no passion. So no,
No.
No.
Absolute definitive no. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was so fun.
Thank you.
Nikki and Antonia, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you, guys. That was so fun. Thank you.